welcome to Highly Questionable. We also have a 3-0 lead as we made it to Thursday. I'm Bomani Jones. This is somebody else's daddy. We call him Papi, and that's Frank Isola. Frank, what's going on today?
Can the person who hacked J.R. Smith's Twitter come up with something more creative than Cavs in 7? Come on now.
You want the what? Let's go.
Do the people trying to blame last night's loss on LeBron have a case?
Here we go. Now, we did have a loss in the last round in the Eastern Conference Finals that was totally LeBron's fault when they lost that game to the Celtics. This one, 39, 11, and 9. And we are coming to look at this dude and say, it's on you because they lost. No. The pass that he made to Kyle Korver's effective field goal percentage from the corner at that point, 83%. That's basically as good as a dunk. You give that shot if you have the option for it. This is just our thing that we do where it looks like LeBron's about to come up short, so we got to blame him because we can't figure out any other way that he could lose if it's not his fault.
But here's the deal. 52 seconds ago, he's got Draymond Green, 5 fouls on him. I get it. The Kyle Korver shot was the best shot the Cavs got in the final 3 minutes. I want to see LeBron shoot there. But how about his play defensively? You got to run Kevin Durant off the three-point line because in that case, if it's a foul, if he makes a 2, it's a tie game. I blame LeBron for what he did defensively, but let's also knock Kyrie Irving here. Kyrie Irving, you can go 2 for 1 in that situation after Durant put them up by 2. And Kyrie Irving, who didn't make a three-pointer all night, shoots a 3 with 26 seconds to go. Once Steph Curry got that rebound, it was game over for the Golden State Warriors.
By the way, there's another thing about LeBron and basically the rest of the team. Were they tired? I mean, I would probably be tired. He's Steve Kerr talking about that.
We just felt like, the way they play, Kyrie and LeBron had it going the whole game. But that's pretty taxing to go one-on-one the whole game. And both those guys were amazing, 38 and 39. But that takes a lot out of you. And we just kept telling the guys they're going to get tired. Stay in front of them. Force them into outside shots if you can. Fatigue will play a role. And I think when you get, guys playing 45, 44 minutes, basically attacking one-on-one the whole game, it's, you hope eventually it's going to take its toll. I wasn't sure if after a while they just were going nuts, but I think we just stayed with it and our defense finally kicked in.
See, that's the thing. Every time you say, why does LeBron take it to the hole all the time? You don't just do that in the NBA. It takes about an effort to be able to do that in the NBA on top of guarding a lineup with all those shooters. Of course they'd be ground down by the end.
Oh, poor LeBron, he got tired. Oh, he can't take it anymore.
This is going to shock you, but there's not a lot of sympathy coming from the Miami delegation.
Did the best player in the world torch get passed last night from LeBron to KD?
Last week, we were saying that LeBron might be as good as Michael Jordan. This week, we are saying, no, you are not the best player even in this league after you put up 39, 11, and 9. Come on, man, calm down. Kevin Durant, again, has been great in this series, and he is a great player because you have to be a great player to be the second best player in the NBA. But we are not yet at a point where I can say, LeBron, nah, you just don't have what this guy has. I'm not there.
Who are we kidding? You put LeBron on the Golden State Warriors, they would be up 3-0 in the series, about to clinch an NBA championship. You know when the torch got passed? When LeBron left the court with 1:49 to go in the first quarter, and he had his team up 31-29. In under 2 minutes, his team gets outscored 10-0 without him. What's he supposed to do? Kevin Durant has better players. LeBron James has a great player in Kyrie Irving, a very good player in Kevin Love. Then there's a big drop-off.
Maybe the craziest stat from that game. LeBron played 46 minutes, and his team was +7 when he was out there. They lost the game by 5.
I know one way that LeBron can show to everybody that he's the best. Win the series. You're down 3 games. All you got to do is win 4 straight, and you make history. That's the way you do it. That's the way champs, they do it.
I love that. He's solutions-oriented. All you got to do is something wholly unprecedented.
Do you believe J.R. Smith when he says he didn't tweet Cavs in 7.
Yeah, okay. So the only way the Cavs could win is if it were in 7 games, which we thought at least J.R. Smith was paying attention to, because here we have Cavs in 7. Now, he says that he was hacked, because that's typically what people do in situations like this, right? They say that they have been hacked. Maybe he has been hacked. I'll say this, though. If you hack J.R. Smith's Twitter account, what do you think would be more interesting, writing on it or reading?
Hey, J.R. Smith has tweeted out some crazy things. We don't need to go over the history. Now, if he had tweeted out, hey, Dubs Nation, when is the parade? That's one thing. Or how about, hey, Chloe, tell Tristan Thompson to grab a rebound. But tweeting out Cavs in 7? Come on. By the way, Tristan Thompson, 11 rebounds in the series. Steph Curry, 27. Hey, Chloe, tell Tristan Thompson to grab a rebound.
I think that JR is a big chicken. Come on, man. Stick your chest out, pound your chest, and say, yeah, I predicted Cavs in 7. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, I own what I said on that tweet. You know, I'm the one that made that tweet out. That's all.
You know how furious LeBron would be if he did that.
Would a 16-0 playoff run make the Warriors the best team ever?
I mean, of course, we could wait for this 16th win to happen, but why would we do that when there's nothing else to talk about? Now, the Warriors, over these last 3 years, have averaged 67 wins per year. Last year, they had the 73. This would be the 4-4-4 run that the 83 Sixers talked about, but didn't fully pull off. They've absolutely got an argument that they would be the greatest team of all time. I feel like you should ask Bob Ryan, because he's seen all of these teams, but I'm not sure the 16-0 part is what makes it so incredible. It's the fact that no one has ever played basketball in this style and won in this way and just been just as jaw-dropping on the idea of how they play, not just the players.
And they caught a couple of breaks along the way. Remember, the Warriors were down 26 when Kawhi Leonard went out. Maybe they lose that game. I'm still going with the 90s Bulls because they won 3 in a row. What the Cavs are right now, or if I should say what the Warriors are right now, is one silly Draymond Green play away last season from probably working on a 3rd championship. But remember, they got the greatest consolation prize in NBA history. They got Kevin Durant.
I'd rather go 16-1. Nobody wants to win a championship in Cleveland, you know?
There is that. I mean, don't you think they'd rather close that out on their home court, or do they want the joy of doing it to Cleveland after Cleveland did to them last year?
Well, the visiting team locker room in Cleveland, it still smells like champagne from 2 years ago.
What kind of off-season plan should the Cavs consider?
Again, there is still a Game 4. I could understand if you didn't realize that based on the tenor of our conversations. But you can't help but look at the Cavs roster and try to think, what do you need to do to catch up to the Warriors? The answer is this. Find out what you can get in a trade for every player other than LeBron James and do the best thing you possibly can. They're over-invested at power forward, and as good as Kyrie Irving is at getting buckets, all he does for you is get buckets. Can you make your team better by reshuffling those pieces? It stands to reason that they can. The payroll's high enough to where they should be able to make it work. But I don't know, man.
Hey, LeBron and Kyrie combined for 77 points, and they still lost. So I think they need a little scoring, some scoring off the bench. So Papi's Latin brother, Carmelo Anthony could be available. How about Carmelo maybe getting a buyout from the Knicks? He signs as a free agent with the Cleveland Cavaliers for 1 year, which, by the way, LeBron is also under contract for just 1 more year. So if it doesn't work out for the two of them in Cleveland, maybe they can move somewhere else. Where that is, I don't know. Maybe Bomani knows.
All you got to do is convince Carmelo Anthony to leave New York City to go live in Cleveland.
For 1 year.
I think that LeBron is going to win himself one more title after he trades himself to the Warriors.
You got to think about it, though, right? I mean, if Kevin Durant can do it, I don't see why LeBron can't.
Hey, at this stage, maybe they can go 82-0 in the regular season, 60-0 in the playoffs. LeBron and Kevin Durant together, not a bad idea.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
This is Kevin Durant's hometown.
But it is police video.
This might be a bank robbery. Getting the ATM. Yes.
Wow.
That's exactly what it is.
Team New Zealand is who we're looking at. That's on the right. Thank you, producers, as I was trying to figure out which flag was which. Wait, is that boat, like, off the ground? Whoa.
Time to play the game that can't believe my son shave his beard that hides his double chin. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question what Steph was doing here?
You know, Dan always says that Steph is adorable, something that I'm sure that grown man does not like to hear. But, hey, when your beard doesn't start connecting till you're 29, you got to live with the things that people say. Anyway, we let him get away with a lot of stunting. Check this out.
Incredible opportunity.
There's Kevin Durant. Dropped it. And there's Steph Curry apparently.
And then he dropped his mouth guard, picked it up, put it back in his mouth.
So, like, if he dropped his mouth guard in the imaginary, what it appears that he dropped right there.
Ooh.
Like, that's the only player in the NBA that you would let get away with this. This is the only one. Like, imagine if J.R. Smith had done that the way that we would be going at it.
By the way, Roger Goodell would fine him for this. You're not allowed to do this in the NFL. There's a lot of celebrations you can do. I'll tell you what, Steph Curry, he might have one coming to him, but maybe not until next year from the Cavaliers.
I don't know. Dante Jones ain't got nothing to do right now. Like, hey, if I'm the Warriors, that's what I'm afraid of. And starting at shooting guard, Dante Jones. And all he's doing over there is cracking his knuckles.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I got to take a Wait a second. That's right.
Well, at least this time you left.
Do you question whether lighter boats make the America's Cup more exciting?
All right, kids, you may not know this, but the America's Cup is a sailing race. It used to be a real big deal. Ted Turner was involved with it. Anyway, here we go. It's sailing. Team New Zealand is who we're looking at. That's on the right. Thank you, producers, as I was trying to figure out which flag was which. Wait, is that boat, like, off the whoa, I was going to say off the ground, but, you know, water. Yo!
You know, they did this with the Indy cars. They make them lighter to go faster, and that's what happens. They fly in the air.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a boat.
Oh, okay, there they are right there. I was just kind of hoping that maybe somebody would emerge from the water before we got full on in on the jokes.
That's that amusement park ride where they get stuck up there for about 3 hours. Wait for the firemen to show up.
Hold up, though. Like, what are they going to do? Okay.
Swimming.
One person cut bait. Yeah, maybe you need to put some weights on the boat. Maybe, you know what you need? Fatter people sailing the boat, right? You're so concerned with the bottom line, you're not worried about the physics.
Well, at least Scott Van Pelt wasn't the captain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Remember this? Scott Van Pelt is every bald-headed white man over 5'11". Like, we'll just make them all Scott Van Pelt. I'm so worried about him right there, though. Like, when I saw him on SportsCenter that night, I felt so relieved. I was like, okay, you can never be so sure when you see an accident like that.
Do you question if this is worth the effort?
We are going out to Prince George's County in Maryland. Hope this don't involve the police.
Yeah, this is Kevin Durant's hometown.
But it is police video.
This might be a bank robbery. Getting the ATM. Yes.
Wow.
That's exactly what it is. Wow. Been tried before.
Do cranes have license plates? Because if they do not have license plates, this might be a better plan than I had given it credit for being.
Usually it's the chain around the ATM on a pickup, and then you drag it.
Well, here's the thing, though. He needed a smaller claw on that because now this has become very similar to when you go to, like, Showbiz Pizza, and now the crane reaches in to try to get your prize, which is stacks of cash.
You know what works better? A debit card.
You're right. The only problem with the debit card is it's got this limit, like money you actually have. This is money won greater than money earned. Wow. Somebody was going to be salty the next day, too, and they thought they were stopping by the bank just to get some money on the way to work, and then there's that.
I did call out bank robbery. I've seen
That's
this
a good
one
job.
before.
I'm impressed.
Do you question if this is friendly bonding?
Oh, I worry greatly about what kind of bonding this is going to be. I know the kind of videos y'all take with y'all friends and y'all get drunk. Whoa.
Oh. Oh.
Wait a minute. Who, like, the camera person who's laughing, is that part of your squad? Or just a passerby? Because at some point, I got to go get these clubs, and I got to tee off, and it ain't going to be in no tee box. It's going to be in your tee ETH.
I believe I have seen that driver before.
Whoa! Well, I'm always amazed at all these golf videos, at the things I see people do that I know the Ranger would get me up out of there for. No shirt, no shoes, no service, homie.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Kääntyy pisteet nopeaa ja jälleen tulee Transpila pian. Rinne hetkestä. Kiekko vielä pelissä. Ei mene. Pekka Rinne. Aivan älytön pysäytys Rinteeltä.
And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Let's talk about power. To illustrate this, allow me to tell you a story about how I moved a tow truck 25 miles using only my index finger. I was stranded with a flat tire. I opened the Geico app. Then, with a few taps of my finger, I beckoned emergency roadside assistance and a tow truck to my car. I invite you all to unleash the full potential of your fingertips with the Geico app. Thank you.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that always takes the final shot. See or no?
You tell us what to watch on TV tonight. We're going to tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On NBC, Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final, Predators and Penguins.
All right, series is tied 2-2. The instruction manual says this is a pivotal game. As a result, let's get the call from Game 4. Pecorine is finished, so we have a call in finish.
Kääntyy pisteet nopea ja jälleen tulee Crosby läpi ajoon. Rinne kestää. Kiekko vielä pelissä. Ei mene. Pekka Rinne. Aivan älytön pysäytys Rinteeltä. Aivan älytön pysäytys Rinteeltä. On se älytön äijä. Ihan järjetön tapsi.
No goal on any level.
Ja kuka väitti, että iso äijä ei ole elastinen ja nopea?
I can translate the last part. What a great play by the biggest reason why we're even here covering this game. Frank, are you intrigued?
Oh, I'm absolutely intrigued. And speaking of finish, the problem isn't just finishing for the Penguins. It's that they can't get any shots off. Evgeny Malkin averaging just one shot per game in the series, and Sidney Crosby just has one goal. A lot on the line for Sidney Crosby and Malkin tonight in Game 5. By the way, 2-2 series in the Stanley Cup Final. The winner of Game 5 has won the Cup 71% of the time.
Legit hockey analysis. We might keep you in know. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because, everybody was saying that Mateo Murai was not going to be the goalie tonight, but I got news for them. He's in. He's going to be the goalie tonight, and I'm telling you one thing. He's going to save that game tonight. Mateo Murai, a name that you'll never forget.
His name is Matt Murray, and he's not even good enough for you to kidnap him.
On the El Rey Network, Rites of Passage.
I know nothing of this show or this network, but they say it has a gentleman named Tim Noonan. What do we have?
My name's Tim Noonan.
So frightening.
For 2 years, I've been seeking out the most extreme coming-of-age rituals on Earth.
That's where boys become men, and it doesn't get much more courageous than this.
It's tough and terrifying. Godfather! And I know because I don't just film it, I do it. You can't afford to be timid. It's all in or nothing. All I wanted was to match it with the world's toughest men in the world's toughest places.
Oh, that's a big one.
To try to unlock what it means to be the ultimate man. I asked for a little adventure. That's what I got.
Tim Noonan, the dumbest man on television. You ain't got to live like that, man. Frank, are you intrigued?
Hello, Noonan. Goodbye, Noonan. You want to see initiation? You should have seen what Papi did to me my first day on the show.
He has holes. Nice. You just don't know where they are. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, can I say something to Tim Noonan? Tim, you got to take my son on your next trip. Somebody got to turn him into a man. That's what he needs, that type of experience, I play with you, You got to take him in, buddy. Take him in. Show him the ropes.
I would watch that on television. Suddenly everything has changed.
And I can use the work. Absolutely.
On Fox, Beat Shazam.
All right, you'll be disappointed to know this does not involve Shaquille O'Neal. But you know the app Shazam, where you play it and music and they recognize the song that's being played? Apparently they got a show based off that.
America has discovered Fox's new hit game show, Beat Shazam.
You ready to play?
With host Jamie Foxx and a star-studded guest list.
I told you I got me some friends.
The party never stops.
I got music and money.
It's the show where naming a song the fastest can win you $1 million. Beat Shazam.
That lady should not have hugged Jamie Foxx wearing that white blouse like that. Some of that shoe polish might have come off on it. Frank, were you intrigued?
No, I'm not. How many jobs does Jamie Foxx actually need? Same thing with Odell Beckham. Get to OTAs. You know this thing I want to watch tonight? USA Trinidad Tobago World Cup qualifier. I'm interested in that. Not in this.
Look at Frank shoehorning soccer in the show when nobody asked him to. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, Jamie Foxx is hosting this show.
Yeah.
How much money they got to pay him, to host that show? I mean, he's a very expensive guy.
This is one thing about television now. I don't know how you're supposed to get on a TV show when the people they're giving TV shows to are all people who already have been on TV.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
All right, you made it this far. One day left. We'll see you on Friday.
Adios. See you mañana.
Oh, that's nice.
What are you laughing at?
I'm just thinking about LeBron losing.
Oh, boy.
Look on your face.